Hi, John Bergsma here. Word has been available in many educational contexts for some time now, and it's regarded primarily as a word processing tool, which of course it is. However, there are several features to this software that warrant a second look for the instructional designer, as it provides orderly and efficient ways to manage the information that you work with to present content to students. Through the lens of interaction, I'll show you how the educator can interact more effectively and efficiently with the content. We'll take a look at the outliner view, the use of styles, and templates, and I'll show you a brief example of how I'm using this in a current project. I won't run this as a tutorial. I'll be running quite quickly through these features. You can get lots of help on the internet if you want to dig a little deeper on this. Most of us are familiar with the print layout view of Word, where it behaves as a word processing and document creation tool. You can format your paragraphs, changing the font, indentations, font size, etc. All of these very time-consuming tasks that you may be doing right now in your Word documents. The outline view, though, offers advantages to you in how it contributes to the structure of your document. Outliner view imposes levels on every paragraph of your document. It naturally leads to a more organized approach, as decisions must be made as to where information is placed in the hierarchical structure of the document. Your documentation no longer resembles a long series of paragraphs. Rather, it becomes a framework where large logical sections are easily expanded upon to provide more detail, explanation, or substantiation. Additionally, moving content becomes much easier than manipulating text in the print view. Sections may be reordered quickly and easily to facilitate logical flow, leading to more flexibility in crafting cohesive educational products. This may appeal to your sense of logic and organization, but when used in conjunction with styles, it becomes even more powerful. You may not be aware that Microsoft Word is designed to be used with styles as the primary formatting tool. If you have manually labored over a large document's formatting, you'll find that styles may offer efficiency improvements of many orders of magnitude. Once you've decided on all of the formatting issues for your documentation, it is a simple matter to capture all of the attributes you have employed, and thereafter apply them to any paragraph with just a few clicks of the mouse. The result is a more consistent document, free of formatting irregularities and errors, that takes much less time to produce. Free of the overhead of the technical work of formatting, you can spend more time interacting with your content and ideas. You can stay in your optimized workflow longer. You can concentrate more on the substance than the presentation. It's important to note that styles may also contain attributes regarding the outline level of a paragraph, as we looked at earlier. So, you create your text and then simply apply a style which finalizes the formatting and places it correctly in the hierarchy of your structured document. Very quick. When you combine the use of the outliner, view, and styles and combine them in a template, you start to have a very powerful tool for creating large numbers of documents. It ensures consistency. It ensures compliance. For instance, where I work, we have required elements in our lesson plans and in our student study guides and in our PowerPoint presentations. We make sure that they are all there in a template, in the proper format, in the proper structure of the document with the outline, and then development becomes essentially a fill-in-the-blank exercise, ensuring that every aspect of the project is auditable and much quicker to create. To take this up a level, you can use these tools to repurpose your document. You can have one document that can very easily be modified to serve different purposes or different audiences. Much like the old teacher's edition of traditional textbooks, an instructor's document can contain much additional information that a student may not have in their copy. However, all of the content originates and resides in one master document. This allows you to control this release of information and makes sure that your content is always aligned. It's very straightforward to set up companion PowerPoint presentations with your document based on the outlined text. Level 1 produces a new slide. Levels 2 and 3 produce bullets and sub-bullets. So for standard classroom documentation, it's very easy to set up one master document that then can export to lesson plans, student study guides, PowerPoint presentations. You modify one document and then do a semi-automatic technical procedure rather than creating 4 documents or modifying 4 documents. For the production of online learning or e-learning, this system can very easily be modified to produce detailed storyboards for developers with, again, intrinsic alignment to other information that supports or controls the content of the storyboard. This integration leads readily to the use of Microsoft Word as the master document of your projects. One file can contain all of the pertinent information ready to be exported or ported for many different uses over the life of the project. It makes file management much easier, and it allows you to easily redo learning if your output software changes. If, for instance, your company decides to go from Storyline to Lectora, a reporting to new software is much easier now. Once you've set up your documentation in this organized way, you'll see that some of your work is quite procedural and repetitive. When you start to learn little tips to work faster, how to rearrange your document quickly, or how to use shortcuts or hidden menus, you start to see that it's a very fast tool as well. For navigation inside the document, one tip for quick navigation is the use of internal hyperlinks. You have the option to linking to bookmarks that you create, but even easier, now that your document is structured, you can link to specific places in the document. The course I'm working on right now is roughly 14 months full-time training. Structured documentation for a project of this size is essential. It allows us to operate in an organized environment and allows us as designers to pay more attention to design issues than file management nightmares. This structured documentation allows for very easy auditing or evaluation, and in best practice, as we do, during your development. In other words, you create your content compliant as you go. It greatly shortens the review process as well, because the structure of the document is clear and shortcomings or errors are much more obvious. Structured learning supports schema construction in the learner. When properly structured, the teacher effectively models a method of thinking about the subject matter. So curriculum that is properly structured speeds schema construction and promotes far transfer. That is, the student is more quickly able to apply curriculum to real-world situations. Check out cognitive load theory for more on that. So structured documents improve the interaction between the teacher and the content. Improvements to areas of a large course, updating when references change, scheduling and training estimates, and so many other areas of concern to the teacher or designer are organized to reduce this administrative load, freeing resources for educational efforts. By paying attention to lesser-known capabilities in this ubiquitous software, you may well find a suitable tool for the bulk of your documentation needs as an instructional designer. Rather than using several tools and dealing with compatibility and portability issues that may arise, your work can be concentrated in a single tool, structurally sound, flexible in ultimate output possibilities, and professional and consistent. In this way, the teacher-content relationship is solidly supported, leading to more cogent, cohesive, and organized instructional design projects. It frees you from the onerous technical work, letting you spend more time devising ways of serving your learners with your content. I use organized documents like this all the time at work. If you're interested in this and want to have a little bit more direction or a little bit more detail, please feel free to contact me.